Let's do it. Hi, everybody.
3 years ago, we met on the internet, and we talked on the phone, and we decided, well, let's meet each other in person. Let's go to Camp Rock Canyons, and that's where all the bison are in Texas, and really neat things. And so I said, well, why don't we open this up to the YouTube bushcraft community? So I put a little notice out, and somebody else appeared, Richard.
Where is Richard? Come here. He's the original member of the four.
And
I'm the good looking one.
And
who owes me a cent? What would Richard?
And Dennis also was here. Dennis is not this time here, but maybe the next meetup. We had so much fun that we decided to do it again. And I've been talking to another guy who lives in Knoxville, who's really sort of interesting. And so we all had a conference call.
Come on up, Billy.
And Billy and I had traded some things. Billy started this bushcraft trading, and we were trading items the way you did in the old days. And we were trading experience. We did a couple of videos that way, and I said
Bushcraft Exchange.
Bushcraft Exchange. And so we said, well, let's meet up. So we had another bushcraft meetup, and this time, instead of having 4 of us at the first one, we had 15, or maybe at times up to 50 or 20.
I think it was 20.
And Jack Milton was one of them that you had met states away.
And Jack was very interesting because I had met him, we talked, he saw some of my 1800s videos, and he brought his kids and even became part of one of those videos.
Come on up, Jack.
Yeah.
And so this thing started to grow, and so here's where we are now. We have a room full of people. How many do we have signed up so far?
31. 31?
31 so far, and we have been I have talked to one person who should be arriving on Monday from the UK, who he says he's going to be here because he bought the tickets. And so we've got people now from all over the world. And so this thing is growing really very differently than just friends getting together, but that's still the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to casually talk with each other, learn from each other, do what you want to, not be particularly formal, but be interactive and have fun. The purpose is really to have fun. And so the next couple of days, we're going to go on hikes, we're going to get together, we'll learn from each other and have fun. Now, unlike the previous times, because there are more of us, I thought it'd be really neat to have each other's names so that we get to remember names. Well, who wants to wear these regular name tags? So I found these wood name tags appropriate for bushcraft, and so the 3 of us have, well, you got footprints.
What?
On this side I blend in little human footprints. Oh, I think I'll run. There's 2 animals. And so anyway, we made these, and we have some wood burning equipment back there and tags, and you can make your own tags. You can put whatever you want on them, and you can keep this as just a memory of this event. You can put it on your backpack or whatever. And so if you want to do that, there are tags back there. And then one person, where are you, who came up with a wood burning. Who did the wood burning? It showed me.
Buddy.
Buddy. Come on up, Buddy. You know, in the last meetup, we came up with something that happened spontaneously. And we practiced and various different ways of making fire. Making fire is a very important primitive skill. And it was in that meeting was the first time I did flint and steel. I hadn't done it. I'd done other things. I could do bow drill, but I never could figure it out. It wasn't until the fun co-teaching that we had of each other that I learned flint and steel. He was a master leader at it, and there are others who are master leaders. There's somebody who I hadn't known, Stephanie.
Oh, Steph, stand up so we see you.
She is a master at flint and steel. And we didn't know that until we had a little hike that was supposed to be a few hours. A few hours, but it turned out to be overnight and carried a few
I
pounds.
lost the map.
And anyway, relative to fire starting, since lighting a fire is so important, if you have learned how to light a fire in a way that's different than using a modern match, then you may become a member of the Ember Club. And the Ember Club was the idea of you and Eric, wasn't it?
I'm Eric.
Eric, stand up.
I'm sorry.
Okay, there's Eric. Well, see, all these things come together in a magical way. Now, if you become a member of the Ember Club, then we can take, if you want, look at this little emblem on the ember, a little flame. You can burn it on wood. If you want, you could burn it on your body, but I wouldn't do it. I'm going to pass this over to you to explain a little bit more about some of the things that we might do.
Well, there's a lot of trails up here, just right up here on top of the mountain. If anybody's so inclined to take off for just a little mile or two adventure, there's some loops right over here by the ranger station, over here at the visitor center. Right behind that, there's like a 1 mile loop that we were talking about, maybe even doing a night hike tonight on, just because it's such a short hike. There's the John Litton Farm. That's about 6 miles.
That's 6 miles.
I think down and back up, and if you want, somebody can meet you at the end of the gravel road, so you don't have to walk at 3 miles back on the gravel road. And then there's 2 more trails just on the other side of the field from the visitor center. Also, there's the big 10-mile trail, and if so inclined, someday, if we get enough people that want to do it again, we'd be glad to do it again. But we've done it yesterday. But tomorrow, we're planning on getting up, and some of us carpooling down this gravel road and getting off at this trailhead and doing the Grand Gap Loop. And it's just 6.8 miles. Is that right, Caveman?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily, if everybody wants to blaze it out, we can. If we want to do an overnighter, go in, 3 hours and find somewhere to camp and then come back out. So
some people can do the trail, other people can do other things.
yeah, there's not anything set in written stone here, and there's no real plan to anything. We just, once we get done with something, we just decide to go do something else. But there's a lot of stuff that Caveman and his friend there, they ventured off, and how many miles did y'all accomplish over the last couple of days?
We don't know exactly.
Hadn't added it up yet?
It's probably, we figured 10 to 12 the first day, maybe 18.
Right, probably 18, 20 miles.
What we're going to do this evening is have a community dinner. Why don't you talk about the community dinner? You're the one who...
Oh!
Yeah.
Me and Jonathan are just going to throw some stuff together. If you guys want to add into the meal, not a problem. We're having dirty rice, sausages, hams, corn on the cob off the fire. Whatever we throw in the pot, basically, it's going to be on wraps. So if anybody wants to contribute a dessert or anything, that'd be great.
I'm gonna do a pineapple upside down cake, hopefully, in Mike's Dutch oven.
So if anybody has, yeah, man.
What time zone tonight? We're always on Texas time.
Good question.
Are we gonna be on Central, or are we gonna be going
Central.
by East, because our clocks, our phones are going back?
Central.
Good.
I think whenever we get around to it, I guess. We'll have somebody come around and say, hey, it's going to be dinner time in a half hour.